What's up, guys? Today what we're going to do is we're going to look at vectors on a straight line. By the end of this video, you should understand what it means when a vector is on a straight line, and you should understand how to prove that vectors are parallel. It's more or less the same thing. So let's start with this one. We're told that APB is a triangle. We're told that AB is A. And we're told that A to P, is 3B. So what is PB going to be? Well, PB, as we remember from the last lesson, is the same as P to A plus A to B. P to A is going to be negative, because remember we're going the opposite direction, 3B plus A. It's going in that direction. So that is what PB is equal to. Now we're told that B is a midpoint of AC. M is a midpoint of PB. So how are we going to prove that NMC, this line here, is straight? Okay, I'm not drawing it to scale. Accurately not drawn diagram. But we can still use our skills on vectors to work out this question. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to work out what N to C is. That just makes a lot of sense. So N to C is going to be what? We need to go from N to A. And then we need to go from A to B. And then we need to go from B to C. N to A is the opposite of A to N. So it's going to be minus 2B. A to B is still A. Now, B to C, because it's on the midpoint, this is also going to be A, isn't it? So therefore, we can safely say that this is A. So our final answer is 2A minus 2B. Okay, sure. Now what we need to do is either work out what N to C is, or work out what M to C is, or work out what N to M is. For the sake of this video, I'm going to work out what M to C is. So MC, that's just going to be M to B plus B to C. And remember what ratios we've been given. We're told that M is a midpoint of PB, right? PB goes that way. We need to go that way and that way. So therefore, this is just going to be a half times minus 3B plus A. And we're adding A on the end. And then when we expand the brackets, we get 3 over 2 negative B plus a half A plus A. And we're left with an answer of minus 3 over 2B plus 3 over 2A. So now we need to factorize both of these. Let's factorize NC first. We can factor out 2, so that's 2 times A minus B, okay? And when we factorize this one, MC, that's just going to be minus 3 over 2, or actually no, it's 3 over 2. A plus B, minus B, excuse me. And here's the part that I want you to understand. Because both of these guys have the same direction, they have to be straight. And this is only true because this is the scalar, right? But this is the direction, and therefore they have to be straight. What about if it's a parallel line? So for this one we're told OPQ is a triangle, R is the midpoint of OP, S is the midpoint of PQ, and we're told that each of these are P and Q, right? So what is OS going to be? All right, not a problem. So the first thing we need to work out to find what OS is PQ, right? PQ is going to be equal to P2 O plus O to Q, right? So therefore P to O is just going to be equal to minus P. Remember, we're going the opposite direction. And we're adding on Q at the end. So the answer is P minus P plus Q. Okay? So therefore, to work out O to S, that's just going to be O to P. And we're adding on the end a half P to Q, aren't we? So O to P is P, and it's a half times minus P plus Q, and so we're left with an answer of a half P plus a half Q. Alright? How can we then show that RS, R to S, is parallel to O to Q? Well, the first thing we need to do is work out what R to S is. So I'll use a different color. R to S is just going to be R to P plus P to S, isn't it? R to P is a half P. P to S is a half times minus P plus Q. And so we're left with an answer of a half Q. Now, once again, let's take a look at OQ, because if we look at OQ is equal to just Q. But look at the numbers in front. They're different. But if you look at just what the letters that they're being times by, sorry, this should be underlined, it's the same, because it's the same direction. And so therefore, they are parallel. Okay? Whenever you have, it's the same thing. Whenever you have the letters, so to speak, that are the same, it means they're moving in the same direction. And therefore they're either straight, because if this is a straight line, then of course it's going in the same direction. And if they're parallel, well, they're never going to meet, so of course they are going to be parallel because they're moving in the same direction. What about this one? So for this one, we're told OA is 2A, OB is 3B. So what is AB? Well, AB is just going to be A to O plus O to B. Remember your arrows? Very important, the notation. Some examiners are very stingy about marks whenever you don't use the correct notation. AO is minus 2A. O to B, that's just going to be 3B. So that's our answer. So now we're told P is a point such that AP to PB is 2 to 3. So show that OP is parallel to vector A plus B. Well, first thing we need to do is work out what OP is. O to P is equal to O to A plus A to P. But before we can work out what OP is, we need to work out what AP is. We know that A to P and P to B is in the ratio 2 to 3. Therefore, right, A to B represents 5 shares. Okay? And so therefore, the ratio AP to AB is in the ratio 2 to 5. And the easiest way we can use that to our advantage is we can say that, I'm going to do this in a different color again, AP over AB is equal to 2 over 5. And so therefore AP is equal to 2 over 5 times AB. Rightio, let's try and work it out from here. So OP is just going to be, what's OA equal to? OA is just going to be 2A plus 2 over 5 times minus 2A plus 3B. And so what we're left with is an answer of 6 over 5 A plus 6 over 5 B. And again, like we did for the previous ones, we can factor out 6 over 5, and we're left with a bracket of A plus B, which means that O to P is moving in the direction A plus B. And so therefore, it's parallel to A plus B. You shouldn't put it in capitals, but it is parallel to A plus B. And that's the point I'm trying to make. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this video made sense. If you guys liked it, consider subscribing. If you guys have any burning questions or comments and you just don't understand anything, ask me down below or join my Discord server. It's the easiest place to get a hold of me. If you want to get tutored so that you don't fail your exams and you don't want to feel like a disappointment, please drop me an email and we can organize a meeting and a quote. Keep on learning, as you have no idea what you're capable of doing.